What if I told you that the reason some people remain stuck in life is because they have spent so much time taking that they no longer understand the language of giving? Let me tell you a short story. There once lived a man who was known throughout his town as a taker. He was always expecting others to help him, support him, and provide for him. He rarely gave anything of himself. Not his time, not his resources, not even his gratitude. Whenever someone was in need, he would find an excuse not to help. Yet whenever he needed something, he expected everyone to come running. One day, while walking along a narrow path, he slipped and fell into a deep ditch. The sides were steep and muddy, and no matter how hard he tried, he could not climb out. People passing by heard his cries and rushed to help. One man stretched out his arm and shouted, "Give me your hand." But the man in the ditch did not respond. Another person came and called out, "Give me your hand." Still, he made no effort to reach out. Several others tried. Again and again they shouted, "Give me your hand." Yet, the trapped man remained where he was. His rescuers became frustrated and confused. They could not understand why he would not cooperate when his life depended on it. Finally, someone suggested calling his wife. When she arrived, she looked into the ditch and immediately understood the problem. She turned to the crowd and asked, "What exactly have you been saying to him?" They replied, "We've been telling him to give us his hand." The wife smiled. "That is why he hasn't responded. My husband has spent his whole life taking from others. He doesn't understand the language of giving." She stepped forward, stretched out her arm, and said, "Take my hand." Immediately, the man reached up, grabbed her hand, and allowed himself to be pulled to safety. The crowd was amazed. The wife simply replied, "You asked him to give, I offered him something to take." As amusing as this story may sound, it describes a lot of people. Many people move through life constantly asking, "What can I get? Who can help me? Who can give me an opportunity? Who can connect me? Who can solve my problem?" Very few people stop to ask, "What can I contribute? What value can I bring? How can I make this person's life easier?" One of the biggest misconceptions people have, especially about wealthy or successful people, is that they have no problems of their own. We assume that because someone appears successful, their role in life is simply to keep giving. But pause for a moment and put yourself in their shoes. Imagine that everyone around you wants something: money, connections, recommendations, favors, opportunities, attention, support. Everywhere you turn, someone is stretching out a hand. At some point, wouldn't you begin to wonder whether people genuinely care about you or merely care about what they can get from you? Moreover, think about it. If they were giving to everyone who, like you, has such expectations of them, do you think they'd have enough to take care of their own problems? This is why many successful people become very selective about who they allow into their circles, not because they are proud, not because they are wicked, but because they have learned that many people approach relationships with a taking mentality rather than a giving mentality. Now let's be clear, giving isn't only about money. In fact, many times, money is the least valuable thing you can offer. You can give your time, your skills, encouragement, genuine friendship, loyalty, solutions, a listening ear. Everyone has something to give. And the interesting thing is that the people who contribute the most value are usually the people who attract the most opportunities. Why? Because people naturally gravitate towards those who make their lives easier. The world rewards value creators. Imagine if we all approached relationships differently. Instead of asking, "What can I get from this person?" we ask, "What can I give?" Imagine if friendships weren't built on transactions. Imagine if relationships weren't built on constant expectations. Imagine if every interaction became an opportunity to contribute rather than consume. The world would be a very different place. This reminds me of one of the most famous statements ever made by President John F. Kennedy of the United States. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. I think that principle extends far beyond countries. Ask not what your friends can do for you. Ask what you can do for your friends. Ask not what your employer can do for you. Ask what value you can bring. Ask not what the world owes you. Ask what you can contribute to the world. So here's my challenge for you this week. Pay attention to your mindsets. When you enter a room, are you looking for what you can take or what you can give? When you meet people, are you focused on extracting value or creating value? When opportunities come your way, are you thinking only about your gain or about your contribution? Because in the long run, the people who receive the most are often the people who have mastered the art of giving. Remember, a life focused on taking eventually becomes empty, but a life focused on giving becomes valuable, and valuable people are difficult to ignore. Share this with someone if you found it valuable. Until next time, keep being amazing. My name is Murphy Nnamdi Ochuba.